How to quit alcohol in just 10 minutes. All right, cutting out alcohol might feel like climbing Everest without a map. But what if I told you it's more about a shift in mindset than it is about willpower? Now, of course, this can look very different in a situation of addiction. In this video, we're talking about a health choice. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be sharing science-backed techniques to help you leave alcohol behind forever. It's going to lead you to a life that's more fulfilling, energized, and meaningful. In fact, I would go as far as saying it might just change your life forever. If this sounds like something you're interested in, then do stick around. If you don't know me, my name's Dr. Alex George. It's been 2 years or more since I had my last drop of alcohol, and I've learned so much about this way of living. What I would like to do is share with you how it can transform your life, because I believe that's exactly what it can do. First, let's talk about the real barrier here, which is the beliefs we hold around alcohol. So society tells us that alcohol is fun, it helps us enjoy, it helps us connect with people, de-stress and live a better life. Psychologists call this associative conditioning, which means that we are taught to believe that alcohol is the solution, not a problem. So essentially what that does, it means that we overlook all the issues with alcohol and we just see it as this amazing, fantastic thing, this beautiful thing that's amazing in our lives. Only when we stop and start to question that do we see the truth about alcohol. Now, this video is not about bashing alcohol. I'm much more interested in talking about how amazing alcohol-free living is. And that's something that's really important to me on the channel. Of course, I do create videos that's talking about the realities of alcohol, but I also really want to shine a light on how amazing alcohol-free living can actually be. So the first thing we need to do is to tackle this associative conditioning. We need to start shifting our mindset from I don't get to drink, I can't drink, I can go but I can't really get involved, to I get to be sober, I get to live alcohol-free, I don't drink. See, this shift in the words that you use and the mindset you have suddenly creates a view of prosperity, of freedom, of opportunity, not of restriction. A good example would be, oh, I have to go to the gym tonight. No, I get to go to the gym tonight. It's a very, very subtle but empowering difference, and it changes the game with the mindset that you have towards actually exercise, but in this example, alcohol. So start using those phrases in your life. I get to live alcohol-free. I get to socialize. I don't drink. I love alcohol-free drinks. Start to love them. It will help you. The point is shifting this mindset away from deprivation and restriction to opportunity and growth. Most people in reality drink out of habit, not so much out of desire, although a lot of the time we believe we're doing it because we desire the drink. Let me explain. So essentially we have triggers in our lives that usually are cues or situations that we turn to drink. Perhaps it's stress, perhaps it's finishing a busy day at work, perhaps you want to connect with others or unwind. There is a need and a reason that you're triggered to then turn to the alcohol. And so much of it is about swapping out the alcohol. It's not necessarily just stopping it, it's about swapping it. So the trick is, and research actually supports this, that swapping rather than stopping is the trick. In fact, Alcohol Change UK have done a lot of research into this and found that people, when they're trying to quit alcohol, are so much more successful when they swap the drink with something else. Sometimes it's literally swapping it for an alcohol-free alternative, but also it's habitually as well. Rather than turning to alcohol to de-stress, perhaps it's running a hot bath or going for a run, rather than in a social situation or when you feel like you want to connect, arranging to meet in a pub. Perhaps you could go for a coffee or a walk. It's really, really important. It's a thread that I really talk about a lot on these videos on my channel, and you'll see on all my content, is that it really is about having a mindset of I'm doing this to add to my life, not to take away. And if you have that mindset, you are much more likely to be successful. So rather than stop, swap. My next tip for using science to quit alcohol is to use this as a game. Create an experiment, create a dopamine reward system that's going to help you actually quit. So set a time frame that you're happy with. Maybe 30 days is a good start. In fact, science shows that 30 days is a good place to start with alcohol-free living, because it gives you enough time for your brain to adapt to the habit, to see some of the benefits like changes to your skin, to your energy levels, and even for some people, their sleep. Although I've done a separate video on sleep, sometimes it can take a little longer, but the point is a lot of benefits can come in that time. And by creating a time frame that you can, envision, that you can see, that feels achievable, you're much more likely to stick at it. Each day, create rewards as best you can. Like, have a little treat each day that gives you a hit of dopamine to say, yes, I've done it. I actually liked even simply ticking off the days in my notes, knowing that I was hitting each day at the start. It felt good to put a tick, another day alcohol free. Another thing I suggest is in your notes app on your phone or in a journal if you have one, is just to write a sentence or so about how you're feeling each day. Maybe put a number rating 1 to 10 and just a sentence to say, how do you feel? That way it helps you track your progress and keeps you motivated to keep going. The beautiful thing about doing 30 days is once you get to the end of 30, if, and I believe you will be, experiencing a lot of benefits, you can suddenly then increase that to 90 days. In fact, that's kind of what I did. I was like, okay, I'll start with the kind of 30 days, see how it goes. Then I was like, I'm going to do 90. And when I got to 90, I was like, I'm going to do 6 months. And then before you know it, you're there. But the ultimate trick, I would say, and the best advice that I was given with quitting alcohol is don't think about the long term too much. You know, create a little 30-day, that's fun, that's great. But your goal actually is to not drink each day. When you get up in the morning, just say to yourself, I get to live alcohol free today and it's going to be great. And it sounds ridiculous, but this kind of mindset opens you up to a whole world of opportunity. Next is accountability. Science shows that you're 65% more likely to achieve your goals if you tell a friend about it. And that's because you're held accountable. It's really helpful to just message a friend, someone that you trust in your life, or even just comment on the video below and say, I'm quitting today and I'm going to do 30 days or whatever time frame you want to do. And that will really help you keep accountable. Not because we're going to be chasing you saying, how dare you didn't do it or you've let yourself down. Of course not. It's about you putting out into the world that you are going to do it. And there's something about the accountability that you bring on yourself from doing that that really helps. Because ultimately, your friend's not going to say to you, you've let yourself down or you're rubbish. They're not going to do that. Okay, they're going to be supportive to you. But it's by you telling them that you're going to do this that means you stick at it. So tell a friend, much more likely to succeed. In addition to that, I'd really recommend joining a community that is also interested in alcohol-free living. I mean, this YouTube channel is a good example, but other online communities or in-person get-togethers is a great way to keep you motivated, inspired, and to enjoy. Now, that can be directly with other people that are quitting alcohol, or it might be just getting into spaces that are much more sober, that are much more about not drinking alcohol, and that will help you feel inspired to continue. Okay, so in summary, quitting alcohol is about a shift in mindset. It's moving away from restriction and towards prosperity. It's about swapping and not stopping. So identifying triggers and finding other ways to, well, live. Number 3, it's about gamification. So finding a way to create and make this into a fun experience, a 30-day challenge or so. Number 4, having a community or support group. So you're much more likely to basically achieve your goal if other people come on that journey with you. So just remember, each day your goal is to get up and not drink that day. That's your focus. So don't worry too much about the future. Just get up each day and say, I get to live alcohol-free today. I get to enjoy my life. And if you do that each day, you'll find the days, weeks, and months do add up. I hope you found this video useful. Do subscribe if you're interested and drop a comment down below, your thoughts on the video, and of course, as I said, let's create that community. Take care and we'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.